Let's take a look at the B10 Classic. This is one of the standard configurations that's available with the Flex system. This is also an improved Flex system version of the original Brightline bag. So the B10 Classic has four parts. It's got the front bag, which is the headset bag. It's got the rear bag, which is where all your flight documents typically live. It's got side pocket alpha for the handheld radio and the water bottle. And it's got side pocket Charlie for your pens and markers and eyeglasses. It also has a main handle, which is detachable, and you can clip it into any of these other buckles depending on the configuration you're going to use. And it also comes with a shoulder strap, and the shoulder strap can be plugged into any of these buckles as well. So let's take a look at the B10 Classic. So first of all, in the front bag is where the headsets go. So I've got two pairs of David Clark headsets here. You can actually carry two pairs of anything. If you want to carry one pair and some other items like a GPS, so you have another space up here. But you can remove this divider shelf and adjust it. And if you have larger headsets like the Bose A20 or the Lightspeed Zulus, you can actually intertwine the ear cups, put one ear cup in between the others, and stack those in here, and they fit in very well. Up here at the top is another pocket for sunglasses, and the sunglasses case will fit, and also your foggles, so that's a good compartment. On the inside here we have pockets for little stuff. Pretty much any bag you ever own, it's always this little stuff that ends up disappearing in the bottom of your bag. So capturing that and organizing that is a big part of what makes this bag so valuable. There's another flat pocket here for organizing and keeping out of harm's way some documents that you might need to carry, like your passport or your checkbook or a copy of your medical. And then on the front of the bag is a bunch of pockets that let you get to stuff without having to go inside the bag to do so. We'll start at the bottom. Here we have a nice pocket. This is for your flight computer, your digital camera, your iPod. I'm carrying my charging cables for my iPhone and my iPad. You'll also notice that there's another pocket up here that's actually separated and elevated, and it actually has its own access. What we designed this for was for the Leatherman, some sort of multi-tool, so that you can have this with you, have its own access, and it won't scratch up the other things inside the pocket. So anything you want separate, you can put in there. There's a flat pocket on the front panel of this cover as well, which is where you'll store your business cards, fuel cards, other small stuff. The middle pocket is for your flashlights, your fuel testers, your other tools and other small items. I've got a couple of flashlights in here. Notice also that there is another pocket that's elevated and separated. This is where the fuel tester goes. So it's nice to be able to store the fuel tester with its own access and have it be separated from all the other items in the pocket. There's another flat panel pocket on the front of this cover for, I've got extra memory cards and extra tools for my Leatherman and thumb drives and so on. The top pocket is typically where you'll store your personal items, your wallet, your cell phone, your car keys, and these are things that you're going to want to get to, like when you land and you need to refuel, or just for storage of your personal items while you're flying. The car keys are on a leash so that they're easy to keep track of there. We wanted the cell phone on top, but we didn't want it to get scratched up by the car keys, so we made another separate pocket with, again, its own access for the cell phone. So now the cell phone is right on top of the bag where you want it. It has its own access, and if you're walking around and the cell phone rings, you'll be able to go directly to the correct tab because they're color coded. You just grab the white tab and you know that's exactly where the cell phone is. So the color coded tabs make it so that you can create a system for organizing everything inside the whole bag. So that's everything that's on the front bag. The rear bag is where all your documents will go, as well as quite a few other things if you wish. So in here I've got my logbook and my kneeboard and my charts and plates and AFD and airport diagrams. I've got a slip pocket here where I've got my E6B and some more checklists and so on. This compartment is actually quite large, can be used for many things. You could put a laptop in here with other documents. You could put a change of clothes. You could put your lunch. So there's a lot of options for what goes on in this rear compartment. There's also another pocket over here that stores extra pens and markers and eyeglasses, and this pocket is also accessible from the outside. There's another small pocket that's up above here for storing spare batteries and earplugs and so on like that. Now you're going to keep your library of charts on the inside, but when you go fly you want to have today's charts on the outside. So those will actually go right in here. So you'll store today's charts. Turns out this is also a great place to store your iPad. A perfect spot. And the iPad can fit in here. It can fit inside the main of the rear compartment. It can actually fit also between the two bags where they zip together. So that's even maximum protection there. So your iPad or your charts will go here. You have a half-height slip pocket for your checklists, and then if you've got a bunch of different checklists, you'll store those in back here and just pull out the ones that you need for today. So that's the rear bag. Then we have two external side pockets. We've got the side pocket alpha. This holds the handheld radio, and the antenna can stick out. It'll hold different sized water bottles because it actually has an expansion flap here. So you can unzip this and let it get a little bit bigger for storing bigger bottles if you need to. The handheld radio, you can actually, it'll fit any of the radios that are made. It's quite a large pocket. You can unscrew the antenna and stick it into a little extra side pocket that's here. So the antenna will go there, or if you use your fuel gauge like this, that can fit right in there as well. Then the other pocket on the other side is the side pocket Charlie. Now here we have some pen slots, 3 pen slots right on the outside, so you'll always have access to your pens. And then there's another pocket right behind those pen slots for storing other pens and markers and eyeglasses and other items like that. Now the great thing about these side pockets is that they're part of the Flex system. So you wouldn't know it just by looking at it. They don't look like it, but they are removable. And they don't act like they're removable. I can actually pick up the entire loaded bag by the pocket and it doesn't come off. But it's actually very easy to take the pocket off. I lift one Velcro tab, lift the other one down, and then the whole pocket can just be pulled right off. Then I can cover over the Velcro here with the flaps that are built in to make it so that if I carry the bag without any pockets on it, the Velcro is not there to catch on other stuff. So then obviously to remount the pocket back on here, all you do is just open up the Velcro, take the pocket. It has a kind of a stiff tab here that slips right under this webbing. And then you just lay this right down onto the Velcro. You put the first Velcro flap up, cover it over with a second Velcro flap, and your pocket's totally attached. This mounting system is actually all patent pending. So those are all the components of the B10 Classic. But don't forget, this is part of the Flex system as a whole. We all know that the entire bag zips apart. And now you can add more storage to this. If you need to carry, for example, we can make it so that you can carry a 2-inch center section. And this is the right size for a 13-inch laptop plus some additional documents. So you can add this storage to your original bag and you don't have to repack and reload your original flight bag because it was already set up the way you like. The same thing can then occur, of course, with a larger center section. This is the 5-inch center section. With this section, you can carry a couple of extra IFR binders. You could carry a whole, maybe even 2 changes of clothes in here, your lunch, your computer. You've got a bunch of options for the 5-inch center section to add more storage to your system. And then, of course, you can even go, if you're going to be on a much longer trip or a much more complex mission, we have the 11-inch center section. This acts like a duffel bag now. The main handle detaches and it turns 90 degrees and it hooks into these buckles here, and now you have a large duffel bag that goes along with all of your original flight gear. So this is a very versatile system. So to complete the system, there are some other things like we do have other pockets. We've got side pocket Bravo, which is for smaller radios and smaller items. And then there's side pocket Delta, which is twice as wide as the other pockets, and it'll hook into 2 bays simultaneously. And then the final piece of the Flex system, we have 2 end caps, one that mimics the front cover pockets and one that mimics the rear cover pockets. You can actually add these to any one of the other existing components and turn them into other bags. So you have a very versatile set of pieces and modules that allow you to build basically any bag that you want from just a very small number of parts. So that's an overview of the B10 Classic and its place in the Flex system. Go to the website, you'll be able to find all kinds of other information about the B10, all the other configurations and all the other parts. There'll be dimensions and sizes and other videos and FAQs and so on. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the Flex system.